The history of America is, unfortunately, punctuated by the shock of political violence. We've seen presidents, civil rights leaders, and candidates targeted, and each time, the nation has been forced to ask itself, why? But the assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10th feels different. It's a dark echo of the past, but it's being broadcast in a key we've never heard before. This isn't just another tragic headline in a long and bloody history. This event signals a fundamental shift in the nature of political violence in our country. So, the promise for today is this: by the end of this video, you will understand the 3 critical factors that make this assassination a true turning point, and why it represents a dangerous new chapter for anyone with a public voice. We're not just looking at what happened, we're analyzing what it means. To understand where we are, we have to first understand where we've been. Historically, political assassinations in America targeted individuals who held or were seeking formal power. Think of figures like JFK or Robert F. Kennedy. The goal, however twisted, was to remove a hand from the literal levers of government. The target was the office as much as it was the person. That was the old playbook. But Charlie Kirk held no office. He wasn't a senator, a governor, or a judge. He was a new kind of power broker, a media personality, an organizer, a digital influencer. His power wasn't derived from a ballot box, but from millions of clicks, views, and followers. And this is the first, and most crucial, distinction of this new chapter. The targets of political violence are no longer just those in government. The battlefield has expanded. It now includes anyone who can command an audience and shape opinion. In the 21st century, influence has become as threatening to some as political office itself. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? That a microphone can now put as big a target on your back as a presidential seal. The second factor is the fuel that's feeding this fire: the architecture of our modern internet. Social media and news algorithms are designed for one thing above all else: engagement. And nothing engages like outrage. We live in an outrage economy. This creates digital echo chambers where opposing voices aren't just disagreed with, they are systematically dehumanized. When you're algorithmically shielded from ever seeing the other side as complex, flawed human beings, they can start to look like monsters. Or, perhaps more dangerously, they can look like simple obstacles to be removed. The suspect in this case, Tyler Robinson, was described by a family member as having become more political in recent years. In this hyperpolarized environment, that's a path many people are walking. For a radicalized few, violence can begin to feel like a grimly logical conclusion. This brings us to the third and final piece that defines this turning point. The combination of these 2 factors, the targeting of influencers and the dehumanizing effect of digital echo chambers, creates a new, terrifyingly accessible form of political violence. The assassin didn't need to breach the White House security perimeter. The target was on a university stage. The weapon was a rifle. The motive, as far as we know, was ideological rage cultivated in the digital world. This act demonstrates that the perceived barrier to entry for political violence has been lowered. The message it sends is that any public figure, anywhere, can be a target. So, what do you think is the single biggest factor driving this change? Is it the media, the technology, or something else entirely? I'm genuinely curious to read your perspective in the comments. And as we've seen, the assassination of Charlie Kirk wasn't a repeat of history. It was an evolution. The shift from targeting political office to targeting political influence, supercharged by an internet that profits from division, has written a new and dangerous chapter in the American story. We are now in an era where a person's ideas, amplified through modern media, can make them a physical target. If you found this analysis valuable for understanding the deeper currents shaping our world, hitting that subscribe button is the best way to support the channel and ensure you don't miss our next deep dive. And speaking of which, what major event or trend should we deconstruct next? Let me know below. Stay thoughtful, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.